Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are decorating for spring and I'm so excited. We're like opening windows and it's feeling so good outside. But I also have such an exciting thing to share with you guys. It's something that I've been working on for months and months, and I cannot wait to share today. So first we're gonna go ahead and get everything nice and clean so we can start with a clean space. Actually, very recently I went thrifting. I found a ton of fun decor pieces, but I wanted to flip them a little bit. So in my last video, I went ahead and flipped a few of those, but then there are still a few things that I still want to kind of DIY a little bit and kind of make them more my style before we actually start styling them. So we'll go ahead and do that next. And then we're going to get into decorating. I always focus on like the built-in areas, but I also do a little bit in the kitchen, the dining room, all that kind of like main living space area. And then later on in the video, I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you guys. It's so yummy. You definitely don't want to miss out on that, but we have a lot to get done. So let's do this. I'm just starting things out by doing a general tidy in the living area. We have been kind of doing our nighttime family tidy and kind of not. I feel like it always is just kind of goes in ebbs and flows. Like sometimes we're so on top of it, and then other times it's like we'll go 2 weeks and not do like a full-on family tidy. So you know, we're just rolling with it as it goes. But thankfully, I do have some things set in place, like our toy bin and certain organization things that I feel like this typically doesn't take too long to go ahead and just tidy up at least the living room area. And then the kitchen doesn't take too long either, just because I feel like I've done it about a million times. And so I've just gotten a little fast at that. But I also wanted to show this gaping hole in the middle of our built-ins. The lights, you can see they're actually out on the right side. They've been out for months and Kyle ordered the pieces and they finally showed up, and then they were like the wrong ones and it's been a whole ordeal. And then he finally ordered some different ones and there was more hiccups with it. So he finally found the exact same ones and they are going to be arriving, but not for a while, but he had already kind of started the process. So he'll end up putting that piece back later on, but for now, just kind of ignore it and imagine there's beautiful lights up there, all the stuff. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, I'm just kind of starting out my decorating process by undecorating our shelves. So some of these pieces you'll actually see me put back on the shelf later on. However, I really like things to feel really fresh and new, even though I'm not going to be using a ton of new things. Like I'm going to be reusing a lot of the same decor pieces, and then I actually thrifted several, and we are going to be doing like some DIYs later on. I did some in my last video. So I would say it's mostly things that I already had mixed in with a few like new to me thrifted items. But one thing that I do to kind of keep that decor fresh, even though it's not all coming straight brand new from the store, is I actually just clear off my shelves completely, and that way when I put things back on, I put them up in different ways and try new things, and it just helps the space kind of feel fresh and new and not just a continuation of what it was last season. So that's a little trick if you are like me and you don't go to the store every single season to go get new things. That will really help make your decor feel a lot more special and more new.
Way back when we started, you guarded your heart away. You wanted to fight this feeling. I thought it was nothing. We turned into something else. Now when I take a look around, this is just what I wanted. I thought that we were going down. I'm so glad that I fought it, 'cause we're here now, here now. Baby, we were on and on and on and off again.
Next, I went through and cleaned off my shelves. I feel like I could do this, you know, every 1 or 2 weeks, but it's just not realistic for me to get up here and take everything down and dust everything off. So I settle on once a season. So like every 3 months I'll come up here and do it. And when I'm taking down my decor and putting up new decor, that's kind of how it makes the most sense. So I never skip this step, although I always want to when I'm in the moment. But I first just start out by dry dusting with my, I believe it's the Full Circle brand, but I'll have a link down below. It's just on Amazon. And then my favorite way to wet dust is to use my eCloth general purpose cloth. I wipe that down just with water, and then I use my glass and polishing eCloth to go ahead and just dry it all off. And it's amazing. It leaves 0 streaks. It's like the magical duo.
We're standing in the sunlight. Now that I'm looking into your eyes, it feels right. Yeah, we were always on and on and on and off again. This time I swear it's different. We've been through our seasons, but we're doing better now. These days I can't fight this feeling. I used to need therapy, but you gave me clarity.
This is one of those really awkward things to try to do left-handed, one-handed as I'm holding my camera, but I got it to work. Now, I do not always wash like my apples. I feel like I've kind of gotten my kids in a good habit of just washing their apples whenever they get them, so I don't always take the time. If I'm doing a ton of other fruits, like I do wash my grapes right away, I wash strawberries, things like that. If I am in the middle of washing a bunch of other stuff, I will go ahead and wash my apples, but on a random day that we just go pick up some apples, maybe they're on sale from the store or whatever, and I'm not washing a bunch of other produce, I just let it be. It's all about balance.
You can put your fake smiles away. I got you. Call up, even for the sun's away.
And I heard you guys last time I was asking about the Dawn dish spray on like how to make the DIY spray. I was getting all of your guys' different recipes that you use to make your own at home, just because it can get a little expensive. And then I saw it was on a super good deal at Costco, so I ended up picking up some of those. But once I'm done with that, I am going to test out some of those recipes and figure out which one works the best. And once I figure that out, I will share with you guys. But I am excited to try that. I just, you know how life goes. But anyway, I am just going ahead and washing up literally the only 2 dishes in my sink, which like never happens. But Kyle actually went ahead and did all the dishes last night, and then I think we just had a busy morning on this day, and so the boys just had like a quick bagel on the way to school, so we really didn't have many dishes to wash in the morning, which was so nice. But I still want to take a moment just to go ahead and kind of scrub it out, because I don't know that I got fully clean last night, and so I'm just going to take a few minutes and get that done.
Let's watch all the kids shows, yeah. Show me your weird and your nerdy sides, and I'll show you mine. When things get crazy, all is carefree. They know your fears and all your hope up. They guard your secrets. No need for asking, they just show up. Don't need no reason. Sharing the minds and sharing the dark days. Share the joys and more. That's what a best friend, that's what a best friend's for. Forget all the punchlines, yeah. What are the odds that I come to find someone so alike? When things get crazy, all is carefree. They know your fears and all your hope up. They guard your secrets. No need for asking, they just show up. Don't need no reason. Sharing the minds.
And here I am again sharing another real life moment. I have been sharing these real life moments for years and years and years, and thankfully y'all still appreciate them, which makes me happy, because I could never live like a perfectionist life. I mean, I actually kind of am a perfectionist on some things. I've been forced to let that go a little bit, but we definitely live in this house, and I could just not keep up with it to the point that it looks like I'm cleaning a house that we didn't live in. So here you go. Here's my stove from last night. I made the most amazing dinner, if you ask my family. And do you know what it was? It was bacon and pancakes, which I did make some homemade whipped cream and strawberries and stuff, and some eggs. and they just all were like 20 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I loved this. Please let's have this again. Like, I don't know what it is about breakfast for dinner, but it is the biggest hit in my house, and I love it because it's like the easiest thing to make. There's no thought to it. It's just so simple and basic, but I always get so much good feedback from my family when we make this. So it's just one of those little blessings that I'm really grateful for.
I've been thinking lately about some things that you said to me late last night. But you know how it go when you living on hope of your past life. And I feel I can't take it no more. No, I can't keep up. It's just never enough. Life just keeps on giving me detours and never lets up. Always switching it.
Oh my gosh, you guys. So Botanicals is launching a brand new collection today, and I am so beyond excited to say it is the collection that I designed with them and we are collaborating on. I am so excited. I've wanted to do this for so long, and I reached out to them maybe fall, I guess, of last year to see if they would be interested in collaborating, and they said yes, and I screamed and jumped for joy. I was so excited. So I literally started sketching these at one of Luke's football games and just watching the designs kind of come to life and bring all the colors in, and it's just been such a fun process. So I'm gonna show you the Bloom Towel collection. I am so incredibly excited. Oh my gosh. There are 3 different towels, and I kind of folded them this way that you can see the front and back of each of them. Let's start with this one, the cactus one. This one is called Dusty Desert. The front side is cactus, which you guys know, I love cactus. We live here in Arizona. It's just such a pretty, simple design. You have like that soft green and then like that soft kind of mauve-y color. So pretty. And then on the back side, we did this design. And you can kind of see it's almost like watercolored behind it, like the background isn't completely flat. But this was actually inspired by our bathroom design that we did behind the mirror upstairs. So that's kind of where that design came from. But I wanted the design to be something that could really go in anyone's home. Like, I didn't want it to be too flashy or too bright or too, you know, muted. So there are colors in them, but they were muted colors that will kind of go for all seasons. And I could not be happier with how these turned out. And I do have a coupon code that will work, I believe, with these towels. And the code is just Amanda, but I'll have them linked down below. All right, this one is called Vintage Botanicals. On this side, you guys know I couldn't not do a plant of some kind. So you have all of these cute little greenery stems. And then there's even like some subtle outlines in the back. And then on this side, I love like the vintage rugs, like the one we have in our living room and just like upstairs and different places. So that is actually what this design was kind of mimicked after, like a vintage rug. And I think it's so pretty. I love the color. And something you'll see on the next one is like the designs inside of this one are actually repeated in this next towel. So it's neat, like all of the towels coordinate, but they have their own feel. The stitching matches, so they are like totally a set, but you can get just one, you can get all 3, whatever. And then this next one is called Blushing Florals. And could this be any more beautiful? I just love this so much. It's so pretty. It has, again, like that soft green. It has kind of like that little muted pink tone in there. It's so pretty. It has the same kind of tone that's in that rug towel, and I just love it. It's just like some dried florals in there. And then on the back side, reminds me of a desert, right? It's kind of watercolor. I love the simplicity of this one, but it's just such a beautiful and stunning towel. I love this. So if you are new here or you haven't heard me talk about Bloom towels so many times, I love them so much. It's been a very long time and I have just been the biggest fan from the start. They are very oversized, like they're really good size. They also have a hook. So if you have little hooks in your kitchen, you can totally hang them up. They are of course double-sided and they have a ton of prints. Not only this Crazy Life prints, but they have like so many more other ones, different seasonal ones. They're amazing. And then they're also insanely absorbent. So they're perfect to clean your kitchen, to wipe things down, dry things off, to pick up spills. They are just awesome. And they wash up really nicely as well. They are like this soft, tight knit waffle weave fabric. So that's what's going to help make it really absorbent, but it also just makes it last and last. Like I said, I've had some of my towels for years and years and they look just as good as they did the day I got them. So Anyway, I am so incredibly beyond excited and just so grateful that Botanicals decided to collaborate with me on this. Like I said, I will have the link down below in the description box. Definitely check them out. Make sure to use that code. I believe it should work. And let me know which one's your favorite. What do you guys think about all of them? So again, you have like the vintage botanical one, have the dusty desert. I love this one so much. And then the blushing florals. So you have the 3 towels to choose from. I'm in love with all of them. I don't know if I can quite pick a favorite, but they're all incredible. So anyway, I'm gonna finish cleaning the counters with my new towels and then we'll get into the DIYs.
And they say I need to face things. I say I'm trying, but it's not enough. These days life's been a freeway. Time just keeps flying and I can't keep.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea how excited I was to actually be cleaning my kitchen with my own bloom towels that I designed, and oh, this is just so exciting for me. So I absolutely could not share bloom towels that I designed and not include a giveaway. So I'm going to be picking 3 lucky subscribers and I'm going to send you your very favorite bloom towel from this new collection. So go ahead and just leave a comment down below letting me know when you subscribe to the channel. It can be today or it can be 6 years ago, whatever. And then go ahead and let me know which bloom towel is your favorite and I will pick a winner and send that right over to you. I will have all the information down below in the description box. And if you get picked to win and you already ordered one, I will go ahead and either reimburse you for the bloom towel that you purchased or I'll send you another one. You can totally pick. So anyway, thank you so much for your support and just being here with me because I would not be able to do this collaboration if not for you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being a part of this community.
Look around where you are. See my love shine like the stars. Take a breath where you stand. I'm forever here to hold your hand.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into some of the DIYs for today. So these things that I'm pulling up over here are actually the DIYs that I did in last week's video. I will link that up above if you missed it. But I went thrift shopping. I showed so many different thrift stores and all the things they had. I kind of gave my ideas on different items, some that I did pick up, some that I didn't. And then these few items over here, I actually DIY'd, and you will not believe that really pretty vase over there. That was like a lime green glass vase. And it looks like pottery now. It's so amazing how you can DIY thrift items. But now we're actually going to be focusing on some of the thrifted items that I did not DIY last time. So first off, I have this lamp. I literally got this lamp for $3.75, and that includes the lampshade, by the way. Then I also got these really cute candlestick holders. I love that they kind of match, but they also are unique from each other. And then I found this really pretty copper colored metal. I mean, I'm not really exactly sure what it is, but it's just really pretty and it'll look very cute styled on our bookshelves. And then I also found this vase and I really love the shape of it, but I don't love the color. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip that one as well.
I'm forever here, right by your side.
Today, I'm actually only just going to be doing different spray paints, but the different spray paints that I'm going to be using are going to give such a drastically different effect on each item. So what I'm doing, since I'm doing this out on my grass and it's very uneven, I'm just actually breaking apart a cardboard box to kind of give it a more substantial, flat area to sit on so it's not really tippy. And then I went ahead and just brought everything out and kind of spaced things out on my drop cloth. And these right here are all the different spray paints that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using like a stone spray paint. This stuff is so cool. It is a little expensive, but it gives so much texture to your piece. It does not look at all like spray paint. Next, I'm going to be using this gold spray paint. I love this one. It's like the champagne bronze color, but it's so, so pretty. And then I just have a few other random spray paints. These are all ones that I already had on hand, which is super convenient. Just kind of use what you got. But I have an heirloom white color, this smoky beige color, and then I was thinking about using a matte black color, but I ended up not using that at all. Now, both the lamp and this vase, I wanted to use the stone spray paint on, and you totally can just use the stone spray paint without a base coat. However, you will have to use so much of it to make sure that you cover everything up. So I would recommend to kind of make that stretch a little further, especially because it is on the more expensive side. Go ahead and give your pieces a nice base coat of some color, whatever color you have on hand that you kind of would like to show through. So I'm just using that heirloom white color. And then on the lamp, I ended up going back later and doing like a smoky beige color just to kind of make them a little bit different. And then once that first layer dries, then I'm gonna go back in and actually use that stone spray paint. And you'll see the texture on that. It looks so cool. Now this little table right here, I know you can only see the legs right now, but this table is just something that I had, I think, shortly after moving in. I just happened to find it one time at TJ Maxx or Home Goods or something, and I really loved it, but I feel like it just doesn't fit my style as much. And so painting the legs gold, and then later on I'll also paint the top a different color. It's going to just completely change the vibe of this table. I was previously debating if I should get a different end table and side table to put the lamp on or something, and then I remembered that I had this one stored away, and it ended up working out so good. So this was a little bit later after the first base coat had really dried on there, and you can see the stone spray paint just spraying all that texture on. I've used this on a few other pieces and they just turned out so pretty. And the stone spray paint does come in a few different colors, so if you don't like the lighter look, you can definitely go for like a darker brown or even like a gray, and it is just so stunning. And then the rest of these pieces I just kind of built on the first coat of spray paint, because you never want to try to do it all in one coat. You really just want to do multiple light coats. That way you can avoid drips. So over the next little bit, I would just come out like every 10-15 minutes, whatever, until everything was nice and covered and had that full coverage. And then this brown color, actually this whole brown spray paint that I'm painting on the top of this table, I was literally able to get a perfect coat on the first spray, which you're basically never able to do, but the coverage on this was just incredible.
It stopped in place.
Alright, so that's gonna take a little bit of time to finish drying all of the spray paint stuff. Let me go ahead and put this together. So if you've been here over the last few years, I have been ordering Etsy digital downloads, and then I just get like an 8x10 printed off. You can put them into like an 11x14, mat it down to an 8x10. You can put them in an 8x10. You can just like style around your house. Really pretty pictures for a couple of dollars each. And then you can keep using them season after season. But I'm going to put them in this little folder that I actually thrifted for $1. And then Kyle happened to have a bunch of these page protectors. So I'm just gonna put all the pictures in the page protectors, stick them in here, and this will be my like pretty seasonal prints. And then I can actually just sort through them, like, you know, kind of go through them each season, pull out the ones that I want, put back the old ones, and it'll be good to go. So I think this is going to just make it be a little bit more easier to deal with every season. And then hopefully that paint will dry pretty quickly, but we'll just kind of see. It's not the sunniest outside and it's not the warmest outside. So I don't know, we're not having a lot of things on our side, but they are turning out so pretty.
Born to wander, I hear the call 1,000 miles away, and it's keeping me
Alrighty, it is time to make dinner. This is Hawaiian chicken with coconut rice and grilled pineapple, and this is such a hit. This is one of those recipes that when you make it, people are going to think you went so out of your way, like you were a gourmet chef. It tastes so good, it looks so good. It's just a 10 out of 10. But the nice thing is it really doesn't take a lot of work at all. And also I always include a little recipe card in my videos, so you can go ahead and screenshot those, print them out, whatever. And I also have it linked over on my website, which is just thiscrazylifevlog.com. So that will have all of the details of this recipe for you. But to start out, you're just going to want to make the marinade for your chicken. So in that marinade, you're going to add about half a cup of pineapple juice, then a quarter cup of soy sauce, or I am just using coconut aminos. Next, you're going to add about 3 tablespoons of ketchup, then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then you can add as much or as little garlic as you like. I love garlic, so I measure it by the heaping spoonful. Then finally, you're going to finish it off with 2 tablespoons of oil and 2 tablespoons of honey. And I always get questions about that little oil dispenser, but I got it on Amazon and I love it so much. So I'll have a link down below. Then once you have all of the marinade ingredients mixed into your Ziploc bag or bowl or whatever you're marinating it in, go ahead and just kind of mix that up really well. Make sure that everything is nicely combined. And then you can go ahead and add in all of your chicken. Now you can use whatever kind of chicken you're wanting. I'm just using chicken tenderloins because they're pretty small. They cook up really nice and my family just loves them. Then you're just going to go ahead and refrigerate this for as long as you can. So like 1 hour minimum, but all the way up to 24 hours. So I actually did this part earlier in the day. That way it would give the chicken time to soak up all that yumminess.
Miles away, and it's keeping me awake. Restless blood is running through my veins. We are born to wander, and every day I hear the distant call. The more I wait, the more I start to fall.
Now to make the rice, you can do this on the stovetop or you can make it in your rice cooker if you have one like me. Funny story about the rice cooker, Kyle actually got me one when I told him I wanted a vegetable steamer, and he got me a rice cooker instead that also does vegetable steam. And I totally wanted to return it, but I ended up just trying it out, and I have had it for like 8 or 9 years now. I love this thing so much. So anyway, random story aside, for a family of 5, I did 2 cups of rice and then 1.5 cups of coconut milk and then 1.5 cups of water. And this will make the most insanely delicious rice ever. You just cook it as normal or, you know, stick it in your rice cooker and let it do its magic. And once I got the rice cooking, I went ahead and just chopped up my pineapple. I wish there was like an easier way to chop it up. And it always annoys me. I feel like you just kind of waste a lot with pineapple, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Go ahead and chop up your pineapple into thin slices, and then we're actually going to bring that out onto the grill. Now you can totally do this not on the grill. You can do this just inside in a pan, but since we are having some pretty nice weather, I'm actually taking it outside, and I feel like it does take it to the next level to do this outside in the grill. Now once the grill is heated up, just go ahead and lay your chicken right on and let the grill kind of do its own thing. I'm telling you, this is seriously such a simple recipe. And again, if you're not using a grill, that's fine. Just cook them up as normal. But they are going to be so flavorful and super juicy and moist because you gave them a little bit of time to kind of marinate in that delicious marinade that we made earlier. And if you guys end up trying this, let me know what you think. If you try one of the recipes I share, this has got to be one of them. It's so yummy and such a hit with everybody. Now, this part might seem a little bit weird, and you can still do this inside if you're doing it in a pan. You just might add a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter or something to kind of keep the pineapple from sticking. You're going to go ahead and just grill the pineapple up, and it's going to release all the juices and kind of caramelize, and it just adds such good flavor to your pineapple. The first time we actually had cooked pineapple was right when we were leaving Sioux Falls, South Dakota, when we lived there, and Kyle and I went on a date to this Brazilian steakhouse, and they had like this cinnamon cooked pineapple stuff, and it was seriously as good as all of the meats that we were getting from them, and their meats were incredible. So that's saying a lot. We like kept asking for more and more of the pineapple. It was just so good. So you can totally do that here too if you're wanting to make your pineapple more of a dessert as opposed to kind of like a side dish with the chicken. But if you want to do that, go ahead and just sprinkle on some cinnamon and cook it as it is, and it's so good. But how we're doing it today, you don't have to do anything special to the pineapple. You just let it cook with itself, and you'll see those grill marks. It turns out so delicious.
Take
Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering seeing all this. It's so yummy. I really hope you take the time to try this week. It's really not a lot of work. It's a lot of ingredients that you probably already have in your fridge or pantry. So give it a try and let me know. I feel like this is the perfect spring meal. Kind of summery, I guess, too, but this one is just so good that you could literally have this any time of the year and just be smiling. Alrighty, it's a new day and everything has dried so beautifully. I love them so much. I just wanted to give them enough time to make sure I wasn't like gonna mess them up placing them on the shelves. This table, how cool is this? This was all white and then this top was white too. So now it just kind of fits the aesthetic a little bit better. But let's go ahead and get to decorating. Oh, and then I have to show you, so last night when I dropped off Luke to his football practice, I stopped by Goodwill, just the one close to our house, and I got a couple really cute things. So this is so random, I actually don't really know what it is, but it's this tiny little like bowl thing. It was $2.50. I'll show you, but I'm gonna put it on my sink area to put my little brush in there because it always makes a mess on the little tray that I have. So I thought this would be so cute, and I just love like the texture. It looks like it's handmade or something, but so fun. And then this was beautiful. This was $5.50, but it's this little milk glass. I have no idea where all of my frames went, but I was like looking for them last night and I couldn't find them at all. So I found this frame. It's really pretty. It has like that gold, kind of vintage gold on the outside. $2.50, you can't beat it. So anyway, these are just like my little random Goodwill finds. Now let's decorate.
It's so hard to stay on top of the world when the world keeps telling you who you should be. All these people telling you what you need. Oh, darling, only you can set your spirit free. Pay attention now, I ain't gonna stop it.
I don't know why I feel like I can always do this stuff in one day. Like it always takes me more than one day, even when I dedicate time and all this stuff, you know, life happens. But anyway, it did feel so exciting just to finally start pulling out all the decor and getting ready to decorate for spring. And it was making me so excited with all the pieces that I got, because again, like a lot of the pieces that I'm decorating with are just items that I already had that I've been decorating and using for years, but a lot of them are pieces that I found recently at a thrift store, or I guess multiple thrift stores, and it's amazing to see the transformation because I did do some DIY flips with some of the pieces, and you know, a few of them were just kind of more of a subtle change, but at the same time, a lot of them are really very different from the pieces that I actually picked up from the thrift store. So it just made me really excited because these are like one-of-a-kind pieces. I mean, I guess not really one-of-a-kind. I'm sure at one point they weren't one-of-a-kind, but whenever you go thrifting, like you're able to find so many pieces that everyone else doesn't also have on their shelf at the same time, like when you shop at Target or places like that. So this was just really fun, and I just love the vibe of like the new with the old, and I also love that, especially with, you know, how the economy is and everything, it's really cool that I was able to spend such a small amount and get so many pieces to kind of DIY and style. And I really feel like when I'm done, you can absolutely not even tell that any of these pieces came from the thrift store. They look really, really good together. Alright, once again, the hardest part about decorating is starting, especially when you have like a big area like this, and I just completely made it blank. I took everything off, so I'm really starting from scratch up here. So what I like to do is I will grab like a larger piece to kind of ground each shelf, and then I kind of build out from there. And you'll see, like you always do, but I play around with things, I shift things around, I move things from one shelf to another, I pull things down completely. Like it's a lot of trial and error, but eventually if you stay with it, you will get it looking exactly how you want. And I really feel like once I was finished with everything, this ended up being one of my very favorites ever. I just love how everything turned out. I love that each piece kind of has a little bit of a story, and you know, just remembering like what I took it from and what it's become. But let me know go in the comments. Let me know which decor piece was your favorite, like of the ones that we DIY'd and styled. And also I would love to hear if there were any pieces that you would have done something different to. So this right here, this is exactly why I wanted these easels. And when I was able to find a second one, I thought, oh, perfect. Then I can use a second one for styling a picture frame. But I love playing chess. I grew up playing chess, and I think it's just such a fun game. And our kids really like it too, especially Liam. He really loves playing chess. But I feel like when you have your board games put away, they're kind of easy to be like out of sight, out of mind. So I thought this would be a really neat way to actually display a chessboard. Also have it look really pretty because you'll see like the chessboard that I ordered is more of a decorative piece. It's like made of stone and it's super pretty, but also it'll just leave it out in the open so that we don't have to just leave it on the shelves. We can actually pull it down and use it and play as a family. And I think that's so cool. So I'm really, really excited to have some chess games with a family, but then be able to put it away and still kind of enjoy how it looks. So I'm setting the chessboard up on that easel, and then in that little clay dish that I kind of fixed up in my last video, that is what's going to hold all of the little chess pieces. And I just think the whole setup turned out so sweet. Now, I did want to mention anything that I can link, I will. However, again, a lot of the pieces are things that we've had for years, and then a lot of the pieces are thrifted. So I'm probably not going to be able to link a ton, but anything that I can link, I will. And if you have questions about a certain item or like where it's from, definitely ask me in the comments and I can let you know. Okay, this is so random, but I've gotten comments before like, why do you not take tags off everything? And honestly, a lot of times I just don't bother taking the tags off because, well, really, I guess it's for two reasons. So first, sometimes I want to look back and think like, where did I get this from? If I want to find something similar, or if someone asks me a question, I can always find like where it's from. And second, which this is probably my main reason, is because 90% of tags are such a pain to get off. Not the ones that are kind of clipped on, but the ones that are like the sticker tags. They are such a pain to get off, and they end up ripping and tearing, and they just look worse. They almost like attract more attention when they're torn that way. And so I sometimes will kind of start to peel off the side, and then if it's not coming off super easy, I just leave it and let it be. And I figure no one's going to be looking for the tag, and if they are, then I guess they'll find it, and it's not really a worry to me. But let me know, do you take the tags off of things if you're not going to see them, or do you just let it be? Alright, once I got the shelves all styled, I went ahead and just added the new prints into the picture frames. And then I did have a black picture frame that I just kind of was feeling like it was throwing off the space because I didn't really have anything else black on the shelves. And so I went ahead and swapped that for a brown picture frame that I found. And by the way, I did end up finding all my picture frames as I was decorating, but I still am super happy that I got that one from Goodwill. But doing this is one of the cheapest, most affordable, and really customizable ways to decorate your home for the seasons, because like I've mentioned 1,000 times, you can find these prints on Etsy, whatever style you're looking for. So if you want more whimsical, if you want classic, if you want boho, if you want vintage, like you can search whatever you're wanting. And there are thousands of different digital downloads that you can get. They cost a couple of dollars each, then you can get them printed off for a couple bucks. You can use them year after year, and they also don't take a whole lot of space to store. You just need the picture frame itself, which again, you can absolutely get those from the thrift store. So this is just such a great budget-friendly option when it comes to decorating your home for the seasons.
Someday I'll find home.
You guys know I'm always thinking about changing up this table. I love the size of it. I love the shape and everything, but the finish on it is just not the best. I feel like from afar it looks pretty good, but up close there's a lot of scratches. And so I'm still, you know, just in my mind kind of still thinking about changing it up and flipping it a little bit. But you know me, I'm very indecisive about things. And so I just cannot decide how I want to flip it or, you know, what I want to do with it. So for now, we're just leaving it. But as always, I am definitely open to go-to ideas. Here I'm just going ahead and styling our coffee table. So I'm just using this rectangle basket that I've had for probably about a year now, and I love it. I think I got it from Marshall's. And then I am bringing back in the olive stems. These are like my go-to. I just feel like I always use them. They're really, really nice. And then I'm using some of the flowers that I picked up last week from Hobby Lobby. These are so pretty. I absolutely love the color of them, and they're just very simple, but I feel like they add that perfect pop of spring. And then to this area, I'm adding in some coffee table books along with our coasters and a candle.
Picture in my mind, a place where I can go, and you'll be always mine, always mine. Ooh, always mine.
Next up, I went ahead and brought in the table and that lamp that we DIY'd, and immediately I knew that the lampshade was a little bit big for this and just kind of a little bit of the wrong shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to get a different lampshade, I think, but I'm sure I can find one eventually. And then I also ended up moving the table to like right between the chairs, just because I feel like that's gonna be a lot better feng shui in here and a lot more of like a useful area, I guess. But since there's no plugins right there, I am going to have to either run the cord underneath the carpet or get one of those like chargeable light bulbs that I can just turn on and off. And then to temporarily fix that lampshade, I am just stealing the lampshade from my bedroom, which is something I do all the time. Like if I need something in one area, I will go steal it from somewhere else in the house and just make it work, and then I have to kind of fill in that space. But that's what I'm doing today. It'll be good. Next up, I'm just changing out our pillow covers. This is one of my go-to decorating tips. When you're looking for pillows for your couches, get really nice pillow inserts and then find some nice pillow covers. You can do this so affordably. I almost always find the pillow covers on Amazon, and I do get the inserts from Amazon, but you buy the inserts once, you never have to store them because they're always on your couch, and then the pillow covers take almost no space to store, and you can find ones for like, you know, $10 each, whatever. They're really not that expensive. So I have actually been on the hunt for like some more vintage inspired floral pillow covers for quite a while, but I didn't want to spend the big bucks because I found some that were like $70 each, and I'm like, no way, I'm not going to spend that. So I found these ones, and I will say I do like the other ones better, but not for that price. So these ones were both, I believe, around that $10 price point, and I think they just turned out so, so pretty. But let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think it looks better to break up the pillows and have like one of each on each couch, or have like a matching set on one couch and have a matching set on the other? Typically that's what I do, but I'm just kind of playing around with it and kind of seeing what looks better. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think you should mix and match your pillows on a couch or have them match on a couch? Finally moving into the dining room, I'm just again styling that same tray that I always have here with one of my vases that I kind of move throughout my home. And these florals, along with a few of the other ones that I used, were actually from Walmart. So I think these florals were like $3 a stem, which was such a steal. They looked really, really good. I will definitely link these down below, along with those drapey ones that I used in that white pot that I DIY'd. Those are also from Walmart, and I think those were like around $4 or something each. Like they were so affordable. So anyway, Walmart for the win. But a quick little tip for tapered candles: if they are not really sturdy in your candlesticks, you can just get a little tape, flip it around inside out, and kind of roll it around the bottom, and it will help to kind of fill that gap and also just keep them put. Okay, now this is something that I actually got for Christmas, and I just have not gotten around to styling it, probably because we've been doing a bunch of different house projects and just super busy with all that. But this is so cool. It's a dimmable lamp and it's cordless, so you can put this really anywhere, and it's just like rechargeable. But it has 3 different light settings, and I just kind of wanted to create a little area in the corner of our kitchen. This is where we make our mud water every single day, which if you're not familiar with mud water, it's actually like a cacao mushroom drink but it doesn't taste like mushrooms, so don't let that scare you. It's just basically a coffee replacement, I guess, but I don't drink coffee, but it's really good. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off track, but I'm just grabbing a tray I already had, setting our electric pitcher on that along with that new lamp, and then I'm adding some mud water into this little jar that I have, and I'm just kind of starting to style them on here. Now I ended up realizing I did not like the look of the tray just because it was so large and kind of taking up so much space, and so I ended up going a different route, but I love this little area and I think it turned out so cute. Finally, I went ahead and just finished up styling the kitchen, which I don't do a whole lot in here. I usually add a candle or something to the counter, which I'll do in a minute, and then I'm adding in my new bloom towels. Oh my gosh, you guys, I seriously love these so much. I could not be happier with them. But this is another tip that I've shared for years and years. Even if you don't go all out and decorate for each season, even just changing up your kitchen towels can make a big difference. It's such an affordable and functional way to decorate your home. And so I do this every single season. And I always do it with bloom towels, but I'm so excited that now I get to do it with my own designed bloom towels. Alright, you guys, let me know what you think about everything. I love how everything turned out so much. It's one of my favorite ways that I've ever decorated for spring. I just feel like it's so me and just like very simply done, but also everything is very intentional in here. And I feel like nothing is overwhelming, but every space kind of has its own little unique thing going on. And I love that so many of the pieces were thrifted and just DIY'd. It's just super cool to me. But anyway, let me know what you think and make sure you're subscribed because later this week I am heading to Montana and I'm going to be starting to work on a few apartments up there. I'm going to be sharing probably 2 different videos. One will be like a makeover prep because we're of course doing it on a budget, so we have to flip a lot of things and of course find all the stuff that we're going to be using. And then the second video is going to be the apartment makeover itself. I think I'm only going to film one official makeover just because I think that's all we'll have time for, but I will have sneak peeks of it either on Instagram or TikTok and then also kind of snuck into that other video. So make sure you're subscribed and following for that. And also if you never saw the last apartment that I made over in Montana with my mom, you have to watch that one next. It was like the most awkward, small little apartment, and we transformed it into the cutest little place. If we didn't have 3 kids, I would totally live there. It's such a cute little apartment now. So I'm gonna link that one right here on the right side of the screen. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.